Welcome back to the Tigers Den podcast, guys. Before we get started, you know what we got to do. Smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're brand new. And make sure you ring that bell and join the Noti Squad. And follow your boy on Twitter, IG, and Facebook at Big C Got Game. Well, Graham fam, our Tigers moved to 11-0 after beating Missouri 64-34. It was a sluggish and ugly start for GSU, being down 16-0 in the first quarter, but then exploding for 29 points in the second quarter. Phil Austin finished 23 of 29 for 322 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he had an interception. It was his last game in the hole, and I feel like he tried to force the offense instead of letting the game come to him, but he bounced back in a big way after the first quarter. On the ground, Brooks and Thomas carried the rock 40 times for 265 yards and 4 total touchdowns. Brooks in his final game in the hole finished with 152 yards and averaged 7.2 yards a carry. What a way to close out your career at home. Out wide, our two seniors had great days. Chad Terrell went off, 9 grabs for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. Demetrius Gunn had 7 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown. And then Rob Bradford had 3 grabs for 83 yards. On defense, the captain, Josh Carey, closed out his career at the hole with a big day. 15 tackles and 4 sacks. Josh has been the leader of this defense since his freshman year. It's going to be hard to replace his production. Torian Ray had 2 sacks, and Rayshawn Baker had an interception that he took back to the house. Now we dig deeper into the stats, and Missouri came to play this week, racking up 488 total yards and finishing 5 of 12 on third down. In the first half, it felt like we couldn't slow down their passing game, and keeping Powell in the pocket was easier said than done. So we put a bow on week 12, and look who's the #1 team in the country. Finally, your Grambling State Tigers are the only undefeated team in the country and are #1. Oklahoma's in at 2. Minnesota's 3. Pitt is in at 4. Texas A&M is 5. Bama, our next opponent, in at 6. Texas is 7. Penn State falls 7 spots to 8 after losing to the Buckeyes. Vodtech is 9, and Michigan State rounds out your top 10. To the recruiting trail we go, and our Tigers have added to an already great class. First up is JUCO transfer Matt Dunn from California. He comes in at 76 overall and has solid blocking traits. He will battle for early playing time. Next up is outside linebacker Ashton Hall from Florida, and this kid is a player. He has solid speed, but it's his tackling traits that has our D coordinators excited. We added more depth at outside linebacker, bringing in Dennis Norman from Georgia. His speed and agility need some work, but he can get off blocks and is a great tackler. He could be an option for the red shirt. And the last to sign this week is JUCO guard Randy Bell from Georgia. And our O-line coach is hyped to have this kid on campus. He is a great pass blocker and has solid run block traits. His speed and agility could have him battling for the starting position next season. So we added those 4 players and now are down to 4 recruits on our board. Guard Nicholas Walton from Nebraska is #1 on our board and has a trip to visit the Cornhuskers this week. Then there's 5-star athlete Kyle Kendrick, and he is all in on Grambling State. He has linebacker traits and will get the red shirt his freshman year. Third on our board is Aaron Wilkinson. He's the number 18th ranked athlete in the country, and he has fallen in love with the Tigers. Number 4 on our board is wideout William Carter, and he was a late add to the board, but this kid is going to be a great addition to the receiver room. Dub C has solid speed, but his route running, catching traffic, and spec catch make him a beast. So that's going to wrap it up for recruiting this week. Stay up to date with everything GSU by following your boy on Twitter, IG, and Facebook at Big C Got Game. Well, it's time. Alabama has been our biggest rival so far in this dynasty, and this year they stand in our way of a perfect season and our second trip to the SEC championship game. The Tide come in 9-1 on the season, with their only loss coming against the Razorbacks. Bama is led by senior QB Mac Jones. He's thrown for 995 yards and 14 touchdowns. And this kid is good. He's able to scramble, but his accuracy is dang near perfect. On the ground, Najee Harris is the man. I would say he is the 3rd best back in the country behind our 2 studs. Harris has rushed for 1,682 yards and 20 touchdowns. His backup is Jake Kraft, and this underclassman is going to be something special in a few years. He's rushed for 855 yards and 7 touchdowns. Out wide, Jermaine White leads the team in catches with 33 for 414 yards and 4 scores. And then you have Sean Torres. He's second on the team with 292 yards and 7 TDs. It seems like the key to stopping Bama is shutting down the run game. Jones has not even broken 1,000 yards passing this year, so that shows that they're really heavy on the run. So look for GSU to stack the box and key in on Najee Harris. On defense, Alabama is Alabama. They are stacked as usual. Nick Medley leads the team with 43 tackles, but LeBrian Ray is one of the best defensive linemen in the country. He's big and fast and can get after the quarterback. In the secondary, they're stacked at corner, at least 4 to 5 corners deep, and have 3 safeties that are ball hawks. But it looks like Kirk is rolling with the Tigers this week. Comments down below and let me know what you guys think. How do our Tigers match up with the Tide? Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new, and don't forget to ring that bell and join the Noti Squad. And follow your boy on Twitter, IG, and Facebook at Big C Gat Game. And we'll talk from Alabama. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.